What's up, y'all? Welcome back to y'all's favorite podcast. Good morning and happy Monday. As y'all can tell, I have had my dose of coffee. Okay, I have had my cafecito.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You see? Y'all say that I cut him off. Like, really listen. Listen.
My bad.
Now, welcome back to the 59th episode of the HISxHERS Podcast. We thought it was hilarious.
We did it.
We are going to be doing something special for the 69th episode because, you know.
we're gonna do it topless.
You wish.
I'm doing this episode bottomless. So
nice. Yes. Let's talk about. So welcome back, you guys.
Or no, I'll do a bottom. You do it topless. I'll do a bottomless. 69. I don't know what's that.
You know,
you're like, have you ever done 69?
Let us know. Clearly not.
Yeah, this fucking virgin.
Let us know some ideas that you guys may have for our 69th episode.
Yeah, if you can top that idea, then
it's coming up. I think they can.
No, you got a bunch of notes like we got a test or something, and I feel like I'm gonna fail.
Babe, it's called being prepared. That's what it's called. It's called knowing what the hell you got going on, what you're gonna be talking about.
You can't just prepare one time.
I just need y'all to know
all the time.
that if we were in school together, this is exactly what it would be: me doing all the work, and David's just here to make y'all laugh.
Basically. I'm just here to be the eye candy.
Okay, well, the first
You're
topic.
The brains, I'm the beauty. That's.
Ooh, I love that.
Just
yeah.
kidding.
Please, you're driving me nuts today. Okay. No, okay, so first things first, we have to just say it.
Yeah.
David is extremely happy to the point where he had me wear a jersey today. Congratulations to the Denver Nuggets, NBA champion.
I did it.
Yeah.
What can I say?
I'd like to thank me.
I've been a fan my whole life, man. I didn't think it could happen. Never in a million years.
You've been a fan your whole life?
My whole life.
Is that why you don't own a jersey right now, and that's why you're not wearing one?
Well, I kind of stopped. I haven't bought jerseys in a while. I'm going to start collecting them again, though. I'm definitely getting like a championship.
You're never going to be embarrassed again when your teams go to championships and win?
I've been a fan, I swear.
Yeah, I promise everything is like current right now.
Yeah,
you don't have
I'm gonna take care of that. Don't even worry. But we did do it. But you got a shit ton of notes.
Baby, why are you concerned about my notes? Are you like nervous?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Because
this is a part of my notes, my love. Follow my lead. Trust my path. Okay? Because I wanted to talk about Jokic. Because like he's y'all savior.
What do you
Tell
me
not.
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing,
Jokic.
okay? My Twitter timeline is a lot different than your Twitter timeline, okay? Oh. And, everybody's, like, watching the game and everything. But afterwards with the interviews, like, it's been kind of across the board. Jokic seems to be, like, the ideal husband, family man that doesn't let this shit get to his head. Have you guys seen the interviews that Jokic has had? And he's just like clearly, visibly. Yeah. We're gonna put a few clips right here, just visibly.
He's not impressed.
Not impressed. Not enthused. Like not.
But
even
he's been
trying.
That way. He's been that way. I don't know why people are like. So
I didn't
surprised.
even. Well, baby, not all of us watch. I'm sorry, okay, we're not true fans, Mr. No Jersey.
Real ball knowers. We've been known. So
you be knowing balls like that.
I know balls.
Wow.
I know all kinds of balls.
Different colors and shapes and sizes.
All of it. Yeah.
Nice.
Been watching balls for years.
For years.
Yeah. But yeah, you just see that clip where he's like, they're like, you just there's like confetti falling and shit.
Yeah.
The lady's like, you just won the NBA championship. How does it feel? He's like, the work is home. We can go home now. Like,
you do his voice so well.
And then like in the press conference, they're asking him to like, Jokic, are you excited for the parade? And he goes, when's the parade?
Oh no, I saw that's the one I saw, and he was like, when is it? He said it twice, and he was like
Thursday, and he's like, oh no.
He's like visibly upset.
That's all somebody wrote like an article, and the headline was local man thinks Monday's his last day of work, learns that he has to come in on Thursday or some shit. He does. Jokic just treats it like a 9 to 5, man.
Yeah, but I feel like,
which is cool. I respect it.
So it's crazy because I feel like he was the perfect person to be given that type of gift to. I've never seen another athlete not like let everything get to their head. You know what I mean?
I always laugh because you know how he's like super into horses. Like he owns horses.
I've heard.
He like races them.
Cool.
but I think he's like too big to ride the horses. This guy's like 7 feet tall.
I
Like
didn't even
280
consider
pounds.
that.
I think he's maybe too big to ride horses.
So he just like trains them, or
or he
what?
just has like a chariot behind him. He's too big for the chariot even. Like like the
No,
downtown.
he's like Cinderella around that bitch.
Yeah, but like he
with
looks
the
so
horse and shit.
big. It just looks like he's on a tricycle. Like
I didn't know
he's so
that.
fucking huge. And then I always laugh because I'm like, man, I bet he's just like really pissed that he was born like 7 feet tall and just happens to be one of the best basketball players to ever grace the earth. Like he would rather be 4'6" so he could be a horse jockey. That's like literally
What a like.
yeah.
What a person to give this talent to in the high. You're right. Like
he's
he just doesn't have any interest in it. He's
doesn't-
just like annoyed by his skill. He's like, why do I have to be so good at this?
He really is. And like I think he lost one of his MVPs, like the award, like the actual trophy. Like I think he like lost it.
He just misplaced it.
Yeah, that guy's a trip though. Like he's like the anti NBA player. He's one of a kind, man. I don't think I've ever seen an NBA player like him, where he's just like, okay.
Yeah, that's what
Like-
makes him special. That's what's like
Yeah.
so cool about him. That's awesome that like it hasn't
And-
gotten to his head. That's crazy.
He was drafted during a Taco Bell commercial.
Oh, I remember you telling me
Like
that.
it was just like the Taco Bell commercial, and then below it was like the ticker. It was like the pick is in. Nuggets select Nikola Jokic.
The
And
person that you would least expect, I bet, is like
I had no idea who the hell he was. I never
like
even.
nobody even gave him no time of day when it came to
Yeah, they're like Jokic from Serbia, and I was like, who? From where?
So what was the point in time that like you realized there was something special about him? And don't try to act like, oh yeah, like the first time you step on the court.
No. I liked him. I think it was when I realized he was like special. I think was like 2000. I think it was like 18. They had a play-in game, basically like the last game of the season versus the Timberwolves, and the winner of that game was going to go to the playoffs, and the loser was going to go home. And he just like dominated that game. They ended up losing, but like from that point on, I was like, all right, no, that was like a
There's
do or
something
die,
special about him.
do or die, go home type of game.
Yeah.
That guy just like he put up like 36,
No way.
like 12 and something crazy. I was like, all right, yeah, he's legit. And like he just hit a bunch of clutch shots, and I think like 2 years later, after the bubble, is when he won like his back-to-back MVPs, and he got robbed of a third straight MVP, by the way.
Oh, yes.
So it should have been 3 in a row, but
Damn.
he's a white European guy, and people don't like that. That's a big. I think that's a big problem.
Is that like
in
a
NBA
controversial
fandom.
subject?
Yeah,
with his
I mean
part
the
of the
whole
team?
like because he was so dominant, the whole MVP race became he's only going to win it because he's white.
What?
When there's only been like 3 white MVPs in like NBA history.
Where is that narrative coming from? Can we
Just
just keep it light and casual?
They got desperate because people wanted Joel Embiid to win it, and he had been crying for it for like 3 years. Like he'd been crying about it, like campaigning like a politician for it, and then like yeah, people just try to turn it into a race thing. But yeah, I think NBA fans in general, especially like American NBA fans, they don't like European players, whether they're black or white or whatever, and they don't like white players,
What?
white European players especially. Yeah, they don't like the foreigners,
I was
man.
not aware of this.
It's a big thing, man. Like even Giannis doesn't get like really the love he should be getting, but he's a Euro guy. He's the Greek freak. That's what they call him.
Greek freak?
Yeah, but
Ooh.
but he's black. But even then, like he's had a hard time.
Really? Because
kinda
he's
getting
European.
'cause he's
He's
a
got
Euro.
European. He's a Euro.
He's a Euro, and then you got Luka Doncic, who plays for Dallas, who's also really good. And he made people mad because when he came in the league, he said that, and he was like a rookie or something, and he said that scoring in the NBA was a lot easier than scoring in the Euro leagues, and people were pissed. and all that guy does is like average 37 a game. Like he's fucking insane. Like Luka is insane. Again, another fat white European guy, just dominating.
David,
just dominating.
Y'all need to have a definitions list down below because I'm trying to keep up with this conversation.
I know.
He's using all these words.
Our audience retention is probably going just falling off the cliff right now. I'll probably edit this out.
Don't you try to turn this off, girl. I will find you and we will have a problem. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, nah.
It's his passion. Just
nah, man. Yeah. Hey, Nuggets won the finals, man. You have to bear with me. I'm gonna be insufferable because this was like something I thought would never happen. Not in a million years. I thought Adam Silver would like shoot the Nuggets plane out of the sky himself before the Nuggets ever won the fucking finals. Like, that's how passionate I was. Like, well, they're just never going to win it.
Hey, but you say that you're going to finally be insufferable like you haven't been.
Yeah, but now I'm going to do it unapologetically.
Oh.
Even more.
You were apologizing?
No.
Well, that was kind of...
There's going to be no sort of fake humbleness now.
You know, and well, yeah, I can see it already.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Nuggets already have as many rings as the Lakers. That's how I look at it.
Wow.
Like, most of the Lakers rings are from when you guys were in Minnesota. Like, come on, man.
That is enough, babe. My gosh.
Have some shame, bro. Have some shame.
Look, okay, aside from your trolling and shit talking, David, oh my gosh, you got me anxiety clicking my pen.
I know, you're all nervous, like, oh my God.
Because when you go on these tangents, I have seen it. I have seen it with my own eyes.
Man. Hey, sports are a funny thing.
He gets so into it, y'all. I'm not exaggerating. You know, I was like popping in and out. I had, other stuff to do during the game. Yeah. But I was popping in and out and showing interest and be like, ooh, and whatever. I understand the concept. Anyways, I come back into the room and to the side of the TV right on time, like right at the tail end of the game, right? So I was there when they won. It was great. So I go over to David to be like, congratulations. Like, oh my God, girl, he was sweating. Man. Front, back, and center, girl. And I was like, baby, he was like
the last like
he was on the court.
The last 5 minutes of that game was stress, bro. Pure stress.
Okay, so that's what it is.
It's like on Step Brother when it was like why are you sweating?
Oh, yeah.
I was watching Cops.
Yeah. I forgot about that part.
That's real.
I was telling Khadijah, I was like, I figured out why. Because, like, I get real stressed out about things that I really, really care about and I put, like, my intention into and I'm invested in. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I'm already stressed out enough and I'm already, like, high anxiety. Because you remember that Cowboys game that we watched over at our old apartment and my brother was there, all our friends? I got really into that game and I was devastated. I'm talking about, yes. And I was stressed out. And after that, I was like, I am built for it. I'm not built for it.
That was the Aaron Rodgers game, or one of them. We threw that crazy sideline pass to, I forgot who it was. Was it Cobb?
Don't ask me, babe.
That was a crazy throw and crazy catch, but. Yeah, that
was probably the closest.
I was stressed out for you guys, and I was like, I didn't care at all. I was like, holy fuck, this is a crazy-ass game.
So that's why I have an understanding for you now. So, like...
Yeah, sports are...
they're intense.
I got, like, indoctrinated into sports, like, at a young age by my dad.
Indoctrinated?
Yeah, I really did, because he like, put me in sports when I was, like, super young. Like, 6 years old, I was playing full padded football. Oh, yeah. By the time I was 6 years old.
Oh my God!
And I was playing.
You're a baby.
I was playing up in age, and we were playing intercity league for Denver PAL, which is the police athletic league. And so it wasn't like this league has like the best athletes in like all the leagues, like better than TJFL, all those leagues. Like this is like real talent that like I was really good at football. I was really good, but like there are so many other kids like that were just way better than me, like in this league.
Wow.
Yeah, it's legit, man. Like there's crazy talent.
Yeah, David was playing flag football well after I met him. Like, I mean, those of you guys that have been with me for a good minute used to watch my vlogs because y'all the home skillet biscuits. I would take y'all with me to his flag football games.
Yeah,
it'd be me and Julian out there. I loved it when we had Julian.
Yeah, Julian had a lot
out
of fun.
there.
Yeah, I was just blessed to be like really athletically inclined and have talent in sports, but the work ethic was not there to match it. So I pretty much just wasted it all, which I think if I don't have like a lot of regrets in my life, but I think The two regrets that I have are not trying harder in school to like get better grades, and then the other regret would be not really applying myself completely to sports. I think I could have had a real opportunity to definitely play Division I college football. For sure, I could have done that.
I think so too.
But and like my dad would tell me, my dad would get super frustrated with me, and like I get it, but at the time it just wasn't like my dream. You know what I mean? Like when I was in high school, like it wasn't like what I wanted to do. And
like his dad, your dad is like super into sports as well, and would coach and stuff like that. So I bet that also made you feel some sort of like he's pushing it on me, but genuinely you had it. I remember talking to your dad one time when we were out at the cabin, and he told me that he got so frustrated with you and that he was always frustrated with you because you didn't try it, and you would like be very blasé. Imagine David being blasé, nonchalant about everything. Like that's how he was. And that came down to like showing up at practice, And his dad was like, there's a difference between learning a skill and just being born with it. And David was just born with it, and he takes it for granted, and it just pisses me the fuck off. And I was like, I feel you.
That's pretty much a big part of it. Like the thing that separates like great players, like especially like at the highest level, like NBA or NFL, the thing that really separates players is number one is work ethic, and then number two, just intelligence and like for the game. So I think you got to have those two things, because everybody is like at that level is athletic.
No, but I feel like there is a different, it's like that it factor. You know what I mean?
Some
like
people
an
do have that.
entertainment. I feel like it's kind of the same concept with sports. I feel like there's just like this.
But like the best of the best are like borderline psychotic.
Really?
They're like,
you'd have to read it.
They have like
put
no
your body
emotions.
through that. My God.
They like have no emotion. Like it's called a killer instinct, but like it really, like you gotta be like a psycho.
You know who's
like Michael
that?
Jordan.
Like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
When I saw that documentary and he's like having fake arguments with people just to like hype himself up, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, like Kobe's one of those guys. Who else? John Elway's one of those guys, just hyper competitive, just crazy guys that just don't feel anything. Like when like pressure's on, like they don't feel nothing. They're almost like not even human. But I didn't have that. I didn't have that, or like the work ethic.
Speaking of non-human, my love, there was like, have you heard about all of the? Have you been looking at my notes?
No, I don't. No, I haven't.
No, run it back. Run it back.
Did not look.
Were you looking? You for real?
I was on my phone.
The schoolboy.
I was on my phone.
Babe, you weren't on your phone just now.
I was.
But like,
I didn't touch it.
I don't think you touched.
I'm not.
I said, did you look at it?
I'm not interested in notes.
I'm gonna tell you, obviously.
I hope so.
Have you heard? There's been like this huge story coming out of Vegas. It happened happened April 30th.
Oh,
okay. Las Vegas family, and they hear this huge bang, and something crashed into their backyard. And so they go like looking to go see what happened, like what it was. Yeah. And they're saying that they saw like 10-foot people. Oh, shit. With big old eyes.
Like and aliens?
Yes. Well, yes. And so they called the police. And like, how do you tell the police? And this guy's like, I swear I'm not lying. Like, we're terrified, right? So it was around midnight, and the other crazy thing is that several people across California, Nevada, and Utah reported seeing flashing lights around the same time, right? Wow. And then, babe, it just gets weirder and weirder. So, like, there's, like, body cam footage from the police, the responding officers. And, like, there seems to be, like, a figure behind a fence, and it's very dark.
10-foot alien trying to hide behind the fence.
Yeah, like, that's what people are saying. Like, people have been analyzing this video, and it seems like they're like
hiding behind a light pole,
like big and it's just like their head and their big old eyes. So I don't know, I want you guys to let me know if you guys are watching on YouTube what you think. But one of the responding officers, they have a recording of him, and he for real said, "I'm so nervous right now. I have butterflies, bro. Saw a shooting star, and now these people say there's aliens in their backyard." He went over there scared as hell. He was like,
I would too.
Yeah, who the fuck?
Not me, though. Not me though. I'd be like, I saw Men in Black like 1,000 times. I'm good to go. Like,
right? I am prepared.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, if you were a police officer, everybody's talking about the family, and I hope they're safe. Actually, there's kind of been reports that they've gone silent, but we don't really know.
oh yeah, man. They probably came through, bullied them. Like, you didn't see shit.
Well, I mean, we know that there are other beings. Like, that's been announced. You know?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just kind of weird that there's like been a lot of things happening in the sky lately. Have y'all noticed that?
Like what?
There's just different flashing lights and people seeing strange like water looking motion in the sky at night, like strange
I've
glowing.
seen like a bunch of clips. I'm like, well, it looks cool. Looks like, like if I don't know, like if you put like, I don't know, pour like milk into some water or something.
Yeah, like a fish in water sometimes. It looks like something's gliding in water.
I seen one where it just looks like a flying condom.
Yes.
Okay.
And like just strange clouds. I can't be the only one seeing this. And like also, there's a shit ton going on in the ocean right now, y'all. Babe, the ocean is angry right now. And this is really making me question whether or not we should plan any more vacations near a beach. I mean, I guess if you're fine with looking at it, because I'm not stepping that one pinky toe into that damn water, because the ocean just seems to be on one right now. And I get it. We've been destroying every part of our earth. Yeah. But, okay, so on the 24th of May this year, this 18-year-old kid, his name is Cameron Robbins. Oh, baby, he goes out there on the ship, and they have this, like, graduation party. He had just graduated high school.
Yeah.
And there was, like, several hundred high school kids on this cruise ship. It was a Blackbeard's Revenge sunset cruise. So this thing looked like a pirate ship. It had, like, a pirate theme. And it was full of high school students that were from Baton Rouge, okay? And so Cameron Robbins went with his friends. And at this point in time, they're anchored near an uninhabited island. And this is a Bohemian cruise, by the way.
Oh.
Okay. So now where they were anchored on this night, according to the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, they called it shark-infested waters.
Ooh.
Okay. That's where this boat was. And this was like a smaller boat. This wasn't like a huge cruise ship. You know what I mean?
Right.
So anyways.
Sounds like a premise for like a Jaws movie or something.
Well, baby, here's the thing. It just gets weirder from here. This boy is out with his friends. And guess what? This is essentially, according to one of the parents of the kids that was on there, of the 18-year-old that was on there, she called it a booze cruise. Because in Bohemian waters, you can drink at 18. So somebody somewhere decided it would be smart to put a bunch of 18-year-olds on this ship and drunk, okay? And so the night goes on, and allegedly Cameron Robbins was dared to jump into the water, okay?
Oh, no.
And when I first heard the headlines of like jumping off a cruise ship, I was like, oh my God, there's no way that's such a high. But because this was a smaller boat, yeah, so there's footage, babe. It's been seen over 10 million times. This footage has gone viral, and it is the scariest thing. This boy, you don't see him actually like jumping in, but you just see him already in the water. And here's where, things kind of get a little weird, and people are speculating different causes, because in the footage, and we're going to show you guys here, you can see on the left-hand corner of the video that there seems to be some sort of, I don't know, like light or, something in the water. And there has been speculation that it was, in fact, shark-infested waters and that those were sharks. Now, there was a buoy, like a safety device that they threw out to him. That was their plan to get him back on the boat. And so when he landed in the video, they're like, grab it, like telling him to grab that thing. And it looks like he looks at something and the buoy's like to his left, and this boy turns completely to his right and starts like swimming, right? And people are yelling and screaming, and it starts getting hard in the audio to figure out exactly what people are saying. Some people hear, there's a shark. Some people hear there's something there. Some people hear like, they're screaming. It's so sad. Babe, he disappears. He completely disappears. after 2 days and 325-mile search, the search was called off that following Friday. And they're having a memorial. So it is so sad. There's not a whole lot of other information out right now, but it's really sad. And some people are thinking that it's like sharks, and some people think that it may have been the current because, you know, this boat has huge propellers.
Sure.
So, you know, you're that close. I just don't understand, you know, where in the world somebody would think. I mean, it said several hundred
Sharks?
high school kids, on this boat drinking a booze cruise. How do you send your 18-year-old on a booze cruise?
The parents knew?
Yes, a lot of the parents knew. I mean, they got statements from one of the parents that was like, it was essentially a booze cruise. Like, we knew that. You know? You know, it's just like, I don't know, man. They're not in the right mind. They're really young. Like,
2 rules in my house: no drinking and driving, and no drinking and diving. Those are 2 rules in my house.
Straight up though, you know, like we have that rule at the cabin because, you know, they be diving off cliffs and jumping off cliffs, and you can't be like hella messed up trying to climb on the rocks.
People be drunk doing that. That's the way.
Your dad, I guess, started making rules after, I guess, the kids were coming.
Liability.
The next, babe. Okay, then after that, well, I don't know at this point.
Well, Ryan does it, and he's drunk like all the time.
Oh, babe, but Ryan's a special.
He's not allowed
creature.
to do it sober. Like that's that's the rule for Ryan.
Ryan's a special breed, babe. Nobody can be like Ryan. But my condolences go out to his family, Cameron Robbins' family, and like the people that were there to witness it. It's just like a terrible situation, and I can't even imagine what kind of pain they're in.
There's like another video going around of a guy getting eaten by a shark or something. I think I didn't see it, but I saw people like talking about it.
Yeah, like the one in Egypt
or something like that. I didn't watch it, but
it just came up on my timeline on TikTok. And you
know, they allow shit like that on TikTok.
Yes, babe, that's where I saw it.
Oh shit!
And like some of them had to like mute out the sound, and some of them like try to blur out some of it, but it was there, and you could see his body. Don't watch it; it is so terrible. It's so awful. And he's like yelling. You can hear him yelling for his dad.
Hell no.
And so here's the weird thing about that situation, you guys. Newsweek just released yesterday. Okay, this is Wednesday, that the shark, after this happened, his name is Vladimir Popov. He was
the
20.
Shark?
No, babe.
Oh, I was like, that's the shark's name?
No.
How did you get the shark's name?
The man. What?
Okay, I got you.
The man's name was Vladimir Popov, and he was 23 years old. And it seemed like he was vacationing, and this happened like near a bunch of restaurants. It seemed like almost like a shopping center where they had view, you know, ocean view. And there were a lot of people there just like seeing all of this happen, right? So this attack happens, and these people decide to hunt this shark, and they bludgeon it to death, and they capture it.
Was it the actual
shark?
It
was the actual shark. It was a tiger shark.
Oh, shit.
And they knew for sure because they ended up taking it in to try to study it, number one, and see if they could get any remains, which they did, and they found part of it.
Oh my God.
They found part of him in the shark, and they found another parts of him started coming up on the shore. It was a gruesome, terrible attack. But
at least they were able to get some street justice done, though.
Man, well, now, okay, so here's the crazy part. They are taking this shark, and they're mummifying it, and it's going to be held at the local science institute in Egypt.
Gotta send a message. Like, you fuck with us, we fuck with you. You know?
David.
Hey, that's
They're
gangster,
saying
bro.
that they want to figure out like why and use it scientifically why this shark was so aggressive.
It's a fucking
and it
shark.
seems like, but babe, like
water.
Have you felt like the attacks recently, the reported ones, have been a lot more recently?
Do you think that maybe it's just being reported more, so it seems like it's more, like they happen so close in proximity to each other, like time-wise?
I don't know. I feel like something has shifted.
But I did see something else. Like I saw another video where there's like a bunch of like killer whales like meeting up in the ocean, like popping
dude, those
up, like,
things are evil.
like a ton of them. Like people are
those
like,
things. I'm sorry, them things are.
Yeah, I don't want to.
The way that they go after their prey in packs.
Yeah,
I have seen them like completely obliterate a whale before, and just like
they don't fuck around.
And scientists have even said like that even after their prey is already gone and dead, they play with it, and it just for no other
They
reason.
use its bones as a toothpick.
And like sometimes they're not even hungry. They just like swim off. And they're mean. They're mean. And I used to love killer whales and
Free
like
Willy?
yeah, that was my movie. I felt bad for that whale, and I was like, you better let him
Not
go
me.
home.
I never liked
but
Free
I didn't
Willy.
know that he was gonna go home and have a little group that was gonna go out and just bully people.
I didn't like Free Willy, man. I was like, I don't know, I don't trust that well. Something about it.
You saw a little shift in his character, babe.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, man. He's too quiet.
Seems like he's planning something.
Too quiet, man. Too quiet and too shiny, and I don't like that.
I think he's sitting here just learning about us.
He's got devious, beady eyes, and I'm like, I don't know, man.
Well, I think you don't feel like weird things have been happening a lot recently, as far as like in the sky and our waters, with news. Can we talk about the fact that there has been a nonstop rainstorm here in Colorado for like 3 weeks, almost a month now? Maybe with like one semi-sunny day in between every week.
We're getting the Great Flood Part 2.
Babe. And then like other people are having a influx of grasshoppers, like different insects.
Locusts and shit?
No, like actual grasshoppers.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, this girl that I follow on TikTok, she lives in, I think, Texas. I don't know. Don't quote me. But she showed outside of her house, and she was like, this is why I have so much anxiety. And you guys, these grasshoppers are huge. They're like this big. And they are on all her walls, on the top of her porch, everywhere, all over her windows. She couldn't sleep. She was like, I don't even know what to do. And we had, and this is kind of normal for Colorado. And we talked about this, like the moths, the Miller moths. That felt like, but this is just some crazy shit. And they're just, I don't know. I feel like something shifted in our realm. I feel like something.
One time when I was a kid, my cousin, he killed a grasshopper, and like he like stepped on it, and I was like, why did you do that? And then like some green slimy thing like came out of it and just like moved along.
Stop. Are you serious?
I swear. And I was like, what was that? Is that like a spirit or something?
Babe, my cousin and my brother and their friends, they would grab slugs, like big old fat slugs.
Oh, yeah.
And they would put them on the sidewalk and put salt on them. And if you don't know, salt like makes them explode.
Oh.
Yeah. God. So like they would pour salt and this thing would just like get bigger and bigger and bigger and it would like explode. And I was like, why do y'all do that? Y'all so nasty.
That's crazy.
And then, oh my God. So I hated that they did that, and I hated, like, I would feel bad for the slugs. I was always such a like animal person. Don't kill nothing, Yeah. I tried to become a vegetarian at like 6. And my mom was like, girl, get out of here. But anyways, that happens. And we had a house one time, we were moving out. Shocker. And we were going and doing our final walkthrough, and I just hear my brother go, oh, you stepped on it. I was like, what? Girl, that's a big old slug, and it had just like its guts was all out. And my brother was like, no, you got to pick it up. And I was like, please pick it up, please pick it up. And he was like, no, you have to pick it up. Y'all, we had to stay there for like an extra hour because I was crying and throwing up, and like nobody would do it for me, and they were just tormenting me, and I had to pick up that poor thing. I could not believe it. It's disgusting. It was disgusting.
We used to have like these beetles, and they would stink.
Ew, are they like what are they called?
They would like put their ass
stink
up.
bugs?
I don't know, maybe. They like put their ass up and shit.
No, they be
like
bending over.
Threatened. Like that was their like defense mechanism, like pop out their asshole.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Shake their ass?
It's not gonna appease me. Just take it.
So like, are they funky?
Yeah, they stink. They didn't bite or anything.
There's like a lot of different insects that I didn't know about. Like the ones in Wyoming, like I didn't know that there were flies that bite.
Oh yeah, the
horse flies.
You know where they're really bad is like one time we went to Lake McConaughey in Nebraska. And those things, man, that shit looked like the end of the world. Like as soon as you would stop, like they would just like swarm. They would like swarm, like whatever the fuck you were on, like they would swarm it. And those motherfuckers, they bite.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was miserable. It was, horse flies are a bitch.
Yeah.
And they got like those I forgot what they're called. They look like watermelons. They're like these flying, like beetle-looking things, but they look like watermelons.
What?
They're like green, or like the white. What do they call them? June bugs, maybe? Is that a June bug? I don't know, but you can control them with like a flashlight.
You can control the bugs.
So like what we do is like if you're sitting there by a fire, you could
By fire.
by fire.
That's your Denver coming out when
you could like if you're sitting there at night, they're just like flying. They're big. They're like fucking like this big, and they're loud. Like and they're like hiss all loud and shit. And then like you could just sit there and you like take a flashlight and you could like zoom like.
Like a lightsaber,
like
but with a bug?
Like you could like throw them at people.
No, David, you would.
You could like throw them at people with the flashlights. You could like, people like, ah, like. I don't know what kind of bug that is. But they're fun.
Dang.
They're like harmless, but like, yeah, you could just control it with a flashlight and just like, I don't know why or how, they'll just like follow it and.
That's crazy.
Just go all over you.
No, it made me sad the other day when you said that you've never seen a lightning bug.
No, yeah, firefly.
Yeah, like a firefly. Sorry, that was very country of me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the right way to say
a lightning bug.
Yes, that.
So, no, and I love more. I'm sitting on the porch eating Whataburger, watching the lightning bugs.
We've been going out there playing with the lightning bugs. Anyways, they light up their butt so when they're all flying around at night.
Yeah,
my grandma's whole fence would be full of them, and it looks like like God made twinkle lights. It's the coolest thing. Now, of course, my monstrous brother and cousins, I don't know why they were just so violent. They would go over there and like pinch their butts and put the slime on their shirts, and it would glow in the dark. And then they would just, I was like, why would you do that? You just put its booty juices all over you.
War paint.
They did, babe. They did. My cousin, he was the same one that got in the vase. Are we surprised?
Should have known. You need to get that one some. Just keep them occupied.
Yeah.
Like just know, just put him in front of TV. Maybe I don't know. Like it's best he doesn't go outside.
Man.
For everybody.
He's always getting into some shit. But I don't know. I feel like there's something,
What
different.
do you think it is?
I don't know. I have some theories. Like, I don't know. There's some different things. I feel like 2020 was like a weird shift. And some people say that it's because we shifted realms. And so things are different here.
Realms?
Realms, yes. That we shifted timelines or that like something shifted. Also, I think that like our earth is just tired and polluted and it's being affected by like, climate change and things getting warmer. And that's what we were talking about. We've had so much rain here and we haven't had hardly any hot days. But as the rain was coming down, I was like, we're going to be in for a really hot fucking summer. Sure enough, finally next week, I'm seeing everything like the 90s. Every single day. It's going to be hot, hot, hot. And I think it's going to be hot all the way until like August, September, October, maybe.
Oh, fuck.
I think like I don't know. I just have a feeling. So y'all let me know if y'all have kind of noticed some differences.
I'm going to have a farmer's tan.
Oh, yeah. That's already happening. That's already setting in.
I don't. So annoying.
So, yeah.
I could be like out there shirtless 24/7 and I'll still somehow get like a fucking farmer's tan.
Better not be out there shirtless.
Yeah, nobody wants
showing nobody my goods.
Yeah, damaged goods.
You are not damaged goods.
Like, I didn't know they're doing a free the nipple rally here. Like,
free the nipple.
I gotta lose some weight. That's pretty much what I'm just saying. I'm working on it, maybe.
That's what you're trying to say?
What, but my
I
nipples?
don't think so.
Yeah, I gotta lose some weight, man.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so like this week I started kind of working out a little bit and not dieting per se, but not eating like crazy.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I feel better already. 4 days in.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, we're trying to make some good changes,
Yeah,
and hopefully we can inspire y'all
trying
to do
eat
the
at
same.
home and shit. Like eating at home is.
Yeah.
is nice, but it's a lot of work.
Because everything is crazy expensive
So
now.
stupid expensive, man.
Like,
Like,
it isn't even worth it now to
like
go
if they
anywhere.
made MTV Cribs now today, you know, like celebrity like walking me in their house and then like open the fridge and be like, I got 4 fucking dozen eggs and this.
Yeah, and I got
motherfucker.
avocados, bitch.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, my dad, they used to show off like Lamborghinis and shit. And he's like, nah, I got fucking eggs.
That's how it feels. Yeah.
I got milk in this motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
We even got fucking bread. I don't even eat bread. I'm keto. Like, I just want to have it to look at it, you know.
No, but that's really good for you, though.
Yeah, you know. It's hard, man, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause,
It's hard. Old habits die hard,
This
girl.
might shock you, but I like tacos and burritos, bro.
Ooh, no idea.
Yeah, I know people are like, what? No way. You?
So let me ask you this. You know, you used to be, you know, an athlete.
Right, yeah.
Have you ever considered, like, kind of implementing the same regimen that you did then to now? Like, how would you do with that?
No.
Why not?
Because I didn't have a regiment. I was just,
But you were still, like, I know you worked out.
yeah, but I had like a super crazy metabolism.
I mean, yeah, but I mean,
I mean, my metabolism isn't bad now. I just eat like shit.
here's the thing.
Like to be honest with you, like I should be a lot bigger than what I am. Like with the
Yes.
way that I eat.
I don't
and-
feel it like because of that. I feel like because of your genes.
Yeah, I got
Like-
lucky because my mom's family. They're like tiny people. They're like tiny people. Like when I go over to my mom's family, like I feel like a giant. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
I
yeah.
feel like a huge giant. Just
But your dad has like good mass, babe.
Yeah.
And so you have good mass.
yeah.
you know,
My
like-
dad's super buff. My dad is like. He's legitimately a bodybuilder.
Mhm.
Or he was, but he's still
Yeah,
big.
you could tell he worked
Like,
out.
I go
a
work out
lot.
with him. He'd be like, spot me. He'd be like 600 pounds. I'm like, you're gonna die.
No,
like,
no,
what do you
no.
mean? Do you
No,
see
no,
me?
No. I would never work out with your dad ever, ever.
It's
But you know,
it's working out, man. You're not doing anything else. You're working out. It's
I know. You want to know why I know? Because I work out you say this all day long about yourself, but the minute I get David to help me out with my regimen, my eating, or me working out, he pushes me beyond. And like, he's so picky and like my form and everything. And I'm like, well, what about you? Like, why are you so hard on me?
I'd be a pretty good trainer.
You are a really good trainer.
I'd be pretty good at it. Like I know what to do mostly because of my dad. Like he works out with like his best friend Shaka. And he's like, this is my best friend. This is my pal. Man, you go work out with them. They don't say 2 words to each other.
Yeah.
Just lifting.
So one time we were in North
like,
Carolina, and David, you know, his dad never took any days off, no matter if we were on vacation or not, right?
Nah.
And his best friend Shaka was there as well. And so his dad was like, yeah, we're going to get up at like 5:30 and we're going to go to the gym like down the road. And his dad was like looking at David, and David was like, fine. So David goes and he comes back, and I was like, how'd it go? And he's like winded and so tired. And he was like, they didn't say one fucking word. And I was like, what?
It didn't. I was like, what are we training for?
It was like strongman competition.
They're like doing exercises I never even seen before. I was like, I didn't even.
Her-
They never were an extreme like those TikTok videos where you see the guy like on the pull-up bar with the fucking, but he's like holding the elliptical or the bike, like right. Like they weren't doing nothing like that,
Just
but
making up different supersets.
they're using machines. I was like, I didn't even know this machine or like
You could use it that
like
way.
bars that like the Olympic bars they use for like bench press.
Yeah.
They have ones that are like bigger,
Mhm.
like in circumference on the bar, so you can't put your hand all the way around it.
Right.
So it makes it a lot harder to lift it because you can't close your grip.
Oh,
It's like just sitting on your hands like that, and you gotta like push it up, and it's heavier too.
No.
Shit like that.
No.
I was like, what in the fuck?
No.
But it's funny though, because like I'm taller than my dad. I'm taller than him, and I'm like pretty like my arms are long, and cause my dad's like what 5'8" maybe.
He's taller than that. Don't
5'8".
do your dad like that. What's the matter with
5'8",
you?
5'9", something
His
like
dad
that.
would get mad every time David's like, I'm taller than you. His dad is like, no, you're not. But he clearly
talking
is.
about? So we're doing a military or like the shoulder press,
Mhm.
and he's like trying to train me through it, you know, and I go down and and it's the machine, so I rack it. He comes down, he's like, yeah, so you want to make sure that you really. He goes to put his hands up to grab it.
Yeah.
But he can't grab it.
He's all.
Then he got mad at me. He was like, "Why'd you do that?" I was like, "I just put it up. Like I didn't do it on purpose.
I just put it at my eye level."
Yeah, I just was like, boop.
Well, you be saying all this, but your son's about to be taller than you
He might
any minute
be.
now.
He might be.
You're about to eat your words.
Nah, I'd be happy. I'd be happy if Julian's taller than me. I think that'd be crazy.
The other day, you were looking at him and you were going.
I was
like it's gonna happen soon.
It's
I'm
gonna happen,
mm-hmm.
which is good for him because then that would mean that he's 6 feet at least.
Yes.
So that's pretty impressive considering who his parents are.
Yeah.
Not that
That's
I'm
true.
short. I'm not like short or anything, but
no, but his mom's.
But I'm not like super tall. I don't know. It depends. Like sometimes I might be like tallest guy in the room. Sometimes I feel like the shortest guy in the room.
I brought David home to Texas. Ooh,
Oh yeah, Texas.
God.
Texas was humbling.
That was they're nothing but trees walking
Texas
over there.
Was humbling, man. I
But
remember
David was like, "What is in the water?" I took him to the mall, and he was all.
I saw like a 6'4" fucking kid with like a pacifier. I was like, "How old is this kid?" And I was like a 3-year-old. I was like, "What?"
And then he was like, "What happened to you?" And I was like, I guess I wasn't hydrated. I don't know.
Did it add the water to you?
Yeah, they didn't give me no water. I don't know.
Yeah, because you're tiny.
Well, and my mom is tall, my dad, my brother, but I don't know. I just came out short.
I don't know what happened to me. I don't know why. Because like
genetics are just weird.
Both of my families, like I'm pretty tall. I'm 5'11", and like my mom's family, I'm a giant. My dad's family, I'm like on the taller side. So maybe I just come from short people.
Yeah, your uncle's taller than you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is.
He's taller than you.
Yeah.
And then isn't Drake taller than you?
I'm not sure. I think he was at some point. He's pretty tall. My cousin Julie's tall.
And then Pat, she's tall.
Pat's tall.
Yeah.
There's some tall people.
Yeah.
But Julie's dad's tall as shit though.
Yeah,
Uncle
that's
Dave.
true.
He's fucking tall.
Now we're just rambling, babe. Okay, all right.
Saying,
Genetics are crazy.
I wish I was a little bit taller.
If your height from you to your man's, it's not gonna.
I think 6'1" is like the perfect height.
6'1"?
6'1". I think
my
6'1".
brother is 6'3".
Yeah, but
and he tells me that he don't like being that tall because shit fits him weird, and he's got to take extra time to buy stuff. And he said that he would have preferred to be between 6 foot and 6'1".
Yeah, I think 6'1" would be cool because you're like still tall and you still have like your hand-eye coordination. And because like I'm telling you, everybody I've ever seen that's like 6'3" or taller, I don't even know how to wipe their ass.
Moving around like their calves.
Like they have no idea. I'm like, your arms are attached to your body. Like, you can tell them what to do.
I had so much more body control than my brother, and he was just like always getting hurt. And I'm like, can you control your long ass limbs?
One time I told AJ, I was like, yo, I'm gonna bring my brother-in-law. He's like 6'4" to play flag football. He's like 6'4" from Texas. I hyped him up all sick. And then like we went out there. I was like, oh no. And AJ was just looking
beat my ass.
AJ was looking at me the whole time like I was like, my bad.
No, but like he gets mad about it because like, people always talk to him about his height, and he goes, you know what the fuck the most annoying thing is? I was like, what? He was like, that immediately people are like, why don't you play basketball? And he's like, bro, because I'm fucking terrible at it, okay? Like just because I'm tall. I was like, I'm so
I've been tripping out, man, because I'm like, like in high school, I was maybe like 5'9", 5'10". And no lie, like I could dunk. Like
yeah, you had hops.
I had an explosion.
I've seen,
and it would blow my mind when I would see dudes that were like 6'5", could not dunk. Just blew my mind. Like there's this one kid at my school. He was like 6'6", lanky, tall. He looked just like Kevin Durant. Like he looked.
Oh wow.
Like he could be like Kevin Durant's twin.
Oh wow.
And could not dunk.
What?
Could not dunk.
I don't know. There is like a quality to body control.
That's why NBA players are freaks of nature, because not only like how lucky you got to be to, number one, be that tall, but then also to be that tall plus be athletic and coordinated. You're like,
I just feel like the taller you are, obviously the longer you fall. And like, that's why Shaq be falling like that, because he's so fucking big. He's got to like roll into a fall. He's so fucking tall.
Shaq's a freak of nature, man.
That's right. Yeah. He's got pretty good body control for somebody that's that tall.
Shaq was very athletic. And he is one of those guys too. Shaq pretty much went purely based off of just natural talent and size. Like, his work ethic was notoriously bad.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that was like Kobe's issue with him for a long time. He was like, "You lazy piece of shit." Like, they got into a beef over it. Pretty much their beef was Kobe pretty much calling Shaq fat. Like,
Shaq was like, "I'm here, ain't I? With my big ass."
Kobe just wanted him to like eat a salad, and they're like, Shaq started doing diss raps on him and shit. It was wild.
I saw him do a music video in a Home Depot the other day.
Oh, because he's trying to find that Home Depot girl or whatever. Did you see that shit?
No, what is
There's
that
like,
about?
There's like this Home Depot girl that like posted she works at Home Depot. She like posted a picture, and like she was like, "I'm not gonna do OnlyFans," and then people got mad at her because she said she didn't want to do OnlyFans.
Okay.
So Shaq was like, it went like viral. You didn't see this shit?
No.
So Shaq like reached out to her. So people were like, "Oh, he's in there trying to find that Home Depot girl."
I was wondering why people were being like weird in the comments, but I just didn't go into the rabbit hole. That makes so much sense now.
Yeah, the shit that goes viral on Twitter.
That's so funny.
This is like what you guys care about. Like, I don't know.
It's the world we live in.
Yeah.
But with that, y'all, we are going to sign off. We hope that we started off your week right with, you know, your favorite podcast with your favorite couple. But we love y'all. We appreciate you guys coming and chilling with us. You already know about our socials, but if you don't, you can find us at the HISxHERS Pod across all platforms. Don't forget to follow David's social media. He's a comedian, and he's going to be performing around Denver here really soon. So definitely watch out for him.
Hopefully. Praying. I don't know.
You can share your handles now, babe.
I'm David Sisneros with an S, not with the C.
And I can be found at Nikki Glamour on most platforms. Yeah. Just type it in, I'll come up. But I love y'all. We love y'all, and we will see you guys in our next episode, episode 60, girl. Peace out.
Peace.